This video was put together to answer some of the questions you may have about the differences between the Series 1 and Series 2 Holden VL Calais. A bit of a background on the model. This was undoubtedly one of the best creations ever from Holden with looks and performance, also introducing the ever-popular turbo version. There were three main variants of the VL engine, which are the 3-litre straight-six, the 3-litre straight-six turbo, and the 5-litre V8. There was in fact a 2-litre engine, as well in the export models to New Zealand. Now let's get back to the main topic of today's video. The first series came out in 1986, although there are some end-of-the-year 1985 plated models. The Series 2 came out early 1987, although Holden never actually badged the car a Series 2 model. During the changeover, not all items were done together, with a cut-off date. For example, the dash cluster may have been upgraded to Series 2, but nothing else. Eventually, sometime in 1988, the full Series 2 package was put into the remaining cars to be built. First off are the door handles. The Series 1 came out in chrome, just like every other Commodore, and Calais since the very first one in 1978. The Series 2 were upgraded to black door handles across all VLs, which also matched the side window surrounds on the Calais. Next is the dash cluster. As you can see in the Series 1, the background has a square pattern made up of thin blue lines, which is real 80s looking. Take note of where the 0 on the speedometer sits and its location. On the Series 2 dash cluster, they have made the upgrade, which is easier to read with small dots, as the background, and the 0 is placed more towards the bottom. The glove box in the Series 1 is plain like every other VL luxury model below the Calais, which still looks fine, and matches the rest of the dash area. The air vent surrounds on both sides and the center ones are in black to break up the very monotone dash. Now with the Series 2 glove box, it has a nice looking velour trim which matches the seats. Also with this upgrade, there is a small Calais badge on the left which gives it that extra touch to remind you that you are in a luxury car. The air vent surrounds were upgraded to match the rest of the color of the dash, but still keep the color broken up by leaving the black air vents themselves. Next with the shifter, the Series 1 6-cylinder used a cable, and this was across all VL models, not just the Calais. Note the height where the shifter sits. The Series 2 6-cylinder uses a rod selector, and the shifter sits in a lower position due to this change. It is easier to shift with this setup as well and looks nicer. I will also talk about the V8 shifter here as well. These were a different design brought over even from the previous model, which was the VK, and has no overdrive button on the side. In the Calais, the center console has a flip-up lid just like the Berliner. In the Series 1 it is a soft vinyl cover, to rest your arm, and cover items placed in the center console compartment. In the Series 2 upgrade only in the Calais, there was a velour trim just like the glove box upgrade which made it look great. The Series 1 seats have a nice velour trim, and the rear seats also come with headrests, which are the rectangle see-through type. With the upgrade of the Series 2 seats, they incorporate decorative buttons sewn in as well as giving the headrests on the front and rear the same trim. This makes for a more comfortable ride with headrests you can actually use, as the Series 1 headrests were quite hard if you were to use them. Also with the seats, the later Series 2 version were more rounded at the corners than the standard square shape. On the back of the front seats there is also a pocket, which you could store a street directory or other items in. This was a hard material, and did not move, so things could still move around. With the Series 2 upgrade they made this pocket made of a soft material, which had an elastic to fit thicker objects into and hold them more securely. There are a lot of Series 2 seats, which have these early hard-style pockets. This is what was mentioned earlier, where not all upgrades were done at once. It was a gradual thing where Holden added these upgrades. These were introduced sometime during late 1987 or early 1988. The Series 1 door trims were velour instead of the standard vinyl in the base model, and had a diagonal stitching pattern. With the Series 2 upgrade, the door trims were more full and plush looking with the same style velour, as the upgraded seats. They also had a closer stitching pattern. The engine itself had no performance upgrades, however the difference between the engine block is the Series 2 had the oil and water ports ready to use if you wanted to convert yours to turbo, if it was not already turbo from factory. There are other small changes such as the different brands in the alternator they used, etc. However, this was a guide mainly for the visual aspects of the Calais. There may be other things that are not in this video, however I hope this answered some of your questions on the differences, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like and share this out as it helps a lot. More videos to come soon.